have to acknowledge that, you know what, this is right. A day will come when they will have to acknowledge that this is right. But the minute you become abusive, hurtful, you start swiping at someone and you lose focus. And that is something that keeps happening. If I see someone talk bad about me, it's very rare, if at all, I would respond to them. The reason is, I know myself. I try to do good. I'm trying to impress my maker. Some of those rocks, water gushes out of them when they are cracked. Don't we agree? You drill through the rock and suddenly you find water gushing. Brothers, my sisters, today I would like to invite you to something beautiful. No matter who you are, which community you come from, what your financial standing is, what your level of education is, what your knowledge of your faith is, I would like you to promise that you are going to share goodness with those whom you interact with as much as you can. There are people you work with. There are people whom you mix with on a daily basis. There are people who work for you. Treat them in a manner that they are so intrigued by what you are doing, they will come to a conclusion that this man belongs to a beautiful faith with lovely teachings. Or this sister belongs to a beautiful faith. But I need to be dedicated. Be an amazing character. People are watching you. There was a time when it was so hard to spread the goodness because no one wanted to listen. Today, they are watching you while your shoes are moving. They are watching you while your arm is moving. When you stand and sit, they are watching you. All that is a gift of Allah. You need to be upon the best, just like you. MashaAllah, benefit from them. MashaAllah, learn from them. MashaAllah, Allah would have changed your life sometimes because of teachings they may have taught. But that doesn't mean you cross the boundary of raising them above being just a human being like you and I. If I walk out and I see people wanting to kiss my hands and kiss this and almost getting so excited and screaming and yelling, I am hurt because I know that I'm just like you. I'm a sinful slave of Allah, trying to earn the pleasure of Allah just like you are. So you and I are brothers and sisters. I benefit from you, alhamdulillah, I'm happy, I pray for you. You benefit from me, you must be happy, you pray for me. The religion is unique because the idea is not to get you closer to the pastor. The idea is not to get you closer to the priest. The idea is not to get you closer to the bishop or to the sheikh or to the imam. The idea is to get you closer to your maker and your maker alone. Allahu Akbar. If anything anyone has said brought you closer to Allah, it was a gift from Allah. Did it help you eradicate your bad habits, my brothers, my sisters? Our brothers and sisters are dying in Gaza right now. And we are busy with bad habits, smoking and drinking and gambling and whatever else we are doing, and adultery and fornication and the works and pornography and so many things. Can we not give it up so that Allah will help us and bless the entire human family? We give up the bad habits for the sake of Allah? We should. Is there not something you need to do in your life that you know you need to do but you are struggling with? Today is the day. We can achieve it. We will do it. We will promise Allah, today I'm going to change myself. This one thing that I need to cut, I'm cutting it. I always say this because you never know. It will impact us. We are seated here today. Allah will ask us that there was a day when you went. What did you listen to? Did it impact on you? You heard this and this. Why didn't you make a change in your life, even if it is a small change? So I invite you again, let's make 1 or 2 changes in our lives that we know we need to make. Let's become regular. Let's connect with Allah a little bit more. Read Revelation. I tell you, I want to bring forth a point that is amazing. We are living in a multicultural, multi-religious, multiracial society. And when we take it broader and broader, we live and we watch online because of technology. People living across the globe. I tell you, we are fortunate to be believers. There are people right now who don't believe at all. They looked at the crisis that is occurring in Palestine and the genocide that is happening in Gaza, may Allah save the people of Gaza, they are looking at that genocide and they are saying, these people are still at peace. They are saying, glory be to Allah, but they lost everything. They are saying, praise be to Allah, but their children died. They are saying, all thanks is due to Allah, but they lost their legs in the shrapnel. They are saying, Alhamdulillah, yet they have to leave their homes. What force is driving them to be so calm in the face of such tragedy? So what are they doing? They are reading the Quran. And who are these people reading the Quran? Go check it out. They are not Muslim. They are people who never thought of faith sometimes. Allah brought them to read the Quran. Many of them changed their faith or became Muslim as a result. And we who are Muslim already, either by birth or we accepted Islam before, ask yourself, when did you read the Quran? Should we not have a day like this when we can do something about it? There are so many applications you can use on your own phone to read a verse a day. I always say, if 3 verses changed Umar bin Khattab radiyallahu anhu, trust me, we will always see the verses of the Quran changing people. I've seen it in my life. I see it every day. I have witnessed thousands of people enter the fold of Islam, but I've also seen a lot of weakness among the people of faith. They dilly-dally. They need reminders. I need a reminder too. May Allah make me stronger. And may Allah make all of us stronger. May Allah bless all of us and give us the greatest gifts of this world and the next. May Allah make it easy for us to go through our challenges, because, my brothers, my sisters, not all the days will be the same. One day you make a huge profit. The very next day you made a big loss. Take it in your stride. Thank Allah. Oh Allah, when I had nothing, you looked after me. Today I suffered a loss. I am better than I was before I even started. Help me to get back on my feet and give me even more. The fact that you are calm, the fact that you are okay, you will still work hard, but the fact that you are collected, you will not make any rash decisions. Allah will bring you and give you more than what He took away from you. When they were captives at the time of war, Allah Almighty revealed verses addressing those captives. Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu qul liman fi aydikum min al-asra in ya'lamillahu fi qulubikum khayra yu'tikum khayran mimma ukhidha minkum wa yaghfir lakum. Amazing verse. Allah is telling those who are captive that if Allah knows that your hearts have goodness in them, Allah will give you more than what was taken away from you, and He will forgive you, because from among those captives there were those who later turned to the deen of Allah, and Allah knew it already. Some of them wanted to be Muslim, but they did not want to be Muslim, giving the impression that we are afraid because we are captive. So they waited until they were released. Then they came back and declared their faith to say, we are released, but we actually love this faith of Allah. I want to tell you, if the disbelieving captives were told that because of goodness in your heart, we will give you more than what was taken away from you, do you really think that as a believing man, Allah is not going to give me more than what He took away from me? يَوْمٌ لَكَ وَيَوْمٌ عَلَيْكِ. A day for you and a day against you. If you think that a day of loss will not come in your life, you're not a believer. You're not a believer. People have to cheat you because that's Allah testing you. When you come on the day of Qiyamah, has anyone ever cheated you? Yes. The answer has to be yes. What did you do as a result? I cheated them back. Is that good enough? No. You say, well, I took it in my stride, I tried to get it back, I fought this person in all permissible ways that I could, and I managed to get back some things, I didn't manage to get back something, and I excused the person about something. It depends what they cheated you of, and what value it was, and how much it meant to you. 2 wrongs do not make a right, but on the day of judgment you are going to be asked, did you ever suffer a loss? The answer is yes, all of us suffered a loss, one way or another. Did you ever go through divorce? Not all of us, but some of us, a lot of us. The percentage is increasing, am I right? Divorce, is it not increasing? Is divorce increasing or decreasing? It's increasing. Even those who are not married are saying it's increasing. Allahu Akbar. May Allah forgive us. May Allah grant us ease. I was waiting for that. But yes, it is increasing. It's scary. But when you go through it, take it in your stride. It's not the first divorce. It's not the last divorce. If you have children, you need to make sure you navigate properly, because one of the biggest disturbances that you cause in the life of the children is when you use them as a tool of tug of war between the two warring ex-spouses. Don't use them in order to fight your spouse. You're not going to see your kids again. They're not your kids either. They belong to Allah. You cried for them. That's why they came. You begged Allah to have children. Now you have children. You are saying they are mine. Whose are they? They belong to Allah. Allah gave you temporary custodianship of the children. My brothers and sisters, you have to understand your every move is being watched. Not just by Allah Almighty. Those around you are watching. They are seeing. That type of passive da'wah, all of us have to be an agent of it. That type of silent, unspoken da'wah, to start with. Why would someone ever want to listen to you? Why would someone ever want to hear you talk to them? Because something has to have attracted them about you initially. What was it? It was good character, good conduct. You show, I know when I meet a person, I always say, hello, good afternoon, good morning, have a good day. I hope you're okay. Is everything, can I give you a hand? And they are like just shocked looking at me. Oh guy, you were supposed to be a terrorist. You have a big beard. It might just explode. Subhanallah. This is not dynamite, by the way. That's how they are surprised. Then they look, what have you done? You've already destroyed a huge misconception in their hearts. Say, for example, you are dressed in your hijab. People are giving you dirty looks in some circles. And you are the one who comes out to offer help. You are the one who comes out to offer some form of assistance, maybe to smile, to perhaps greet someone, good morning, good afternoon, I hope you're okay, and so on. Is everything all right? What will happen? Wallahi, their perceptions will change. Deep down, when they are discontent, and everyone goes through phases of discontentment. When they are discontent, your image will appear in their minds and hearts to say, I met someone who was really, really content, even though they are persecuted or semi-persecuted. Who are the most persecuted people on earth? They are the Muslims, the most persecuted. They are looked down upon. They are randomly selected to be harassed everywhere in the world. Everywhere in the world. Muslims are looked down upon. Yet they are the most content people. They are the happiest. They are probably the most successful in so many different spheres and aspects of life. So it doesn't mean that because people don't like you, you are not successful. Because people have a preconceived idea. This age, we are living in an age of media, social media. And what happens? You will realize the minute the truth is being told and everyone is finding out about the truth of any matter regarding Islam or the Muslims, automatically you are blocked, you are stopped, you are taken down, your narrative is not allowed to go forward because they fear the truth. Wallahi, they fear the truth. There is no other reason. They fear that when the truth is heard, then people will turn towards the truth. I tell you something. We respect everyone. We respect all people as best as we can. I have heard people of other faiths come to me and tell me that our leaders always speak bad about Islam. They always tell us Muslims are Satanists. Muslims are worshipping dead people. Muslims, when the person passes away, they cut the body, they use water to clean that body, and they take that water and they make a pot of rice and they eat after 3 days. I have heard this with my own ears. Imagine someone standing in a place of worship, be it a church or whatever it is, and they are lying to their followers about Islam. The only reason they would lie, they are frightened that these people, when they know the truth of Islam, they will all become Muslims. My church is going to be empty. Wallahi. So if someone lies, they should be embarrassed. It's such a lie. You and I know Islam is the most straightforward religion, easily understood. And it teaches you purity and goodness, chastity and modesty. It teaches you morality and values of the highest degree. That's all it does. Every Muslim, you find if they follow Islam, they don't drink, they don't smoke. They shouldn't be smoking. Those of you who might be smoking, give it up. They don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't gamble. They don't commit adultery, they do not eat pork and so on. They do not do anything that would result in them being looked at as a person of low values and morals. What does that make you? It makes you a potential leader. It makes you a potential leader because you have good teachings, good habits. You are a potential leader. You are amazing. You are unique. When you walk, people know this person is so good. They have sober habits. They are successful. They are amazing. They are content and they have a connection with their Maker. That is Islam. That is Islam. Wallahi, when they see the sweetness of the religion of Allah, they would realize what we have been fed is actually wrong. So, we're living in an age where it is the duty of every single one of us to interact on social media with good posts. What does that mean? Say you see a good teaching, a good preaching, something amazing. You need to like it. You need to maybe comment and you need to share it with someone because all the platforms have an algorithm. These platforms have been programmed in a certain way. They will cause those posts that are most viewed and most liked and most interacted with to actually go viral. If you don't know much about your faith, but you see someone who knows more than you, who has spoken something amazing, your duty, you can just click like, click on share, and just say Ameen, or say Mashallah, or say thank you very much. What did you do? Your action will result in that post going viral, and hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of people will get to see it, and you will get a reward for any one of those whose lives were impacted even by an inch because of the goodness of your like, your share, and your comment. So don't underestimate the type of da'wah you have done, even without you knowing so much about the particular subject. That is the deen of Allah. We sit on our phones watching TikTok every day. We are watching TikTok. You know what the people are looking at. Before, we thought there was only evil on that platform. Now, I have revised my own opinion. I have learned more goodness from TikTok than I have learned from any other platform. Allahu Akbar, my brother. That does not give us the permission to just go and sit and waste our time on that platform. Am I right? But what I am saying, when you look at a post that is not supposed to be looked at from an Islamic perspective because of the values and the morals in Islam, you must just pass it quickly. If you spend more than 3 seconds on that post, it will keep on repeating similar posts because you showed an interest. Don't click like on something that is not supposed to be looked at. Don't press the share button and share it with your friends, because then your page becomes used to, because of the programming behind it, this person likes this type of post. It keeps on showing you the post. Today, I'm sitting in front of you. I am not embarrassed to open my phone, open TikTok, and show you the way my TikTok works. I'm not embarrassed. I can do it. Mostly there is Quran, there is everything about Palestine comes up, everything about goodness. So many people who are spreading da'wah, 1 or 2 things that are suggested that are not my cup of tea, but not more than 1 or 2 times. I will flick it off. Sometimes there is an advert, you flick it off. Why? Because the platform knows how you are using it, and it will help you based on your own usage of it. Some of the platforms actually look at how you use your phone. So when you go onto websites that are pornographic, or when you go onto websites or you spend time with something, sometimes even while you are talking to your friends, It's listening to you. Do you know that? It's a fact of life. You open your phone and suddenly you start seeing things based on what? What you were saying, based on what you were searching, based on what you forwarded other people. Therefore, clean your act. That's all. Clean your act. Imagine if the mobile phones and the platforms on those phones have picked up your habits. What do you think of the Lord of the worlds? The Lord of the worlds, subhanallah. We can clean it for the sake of Allah. So what you do, you can reinstall it this evening and you start using it in the proper way. You will be able to spread so much of goodness. Wallahi, in this world, if I told you there is an investment here in Lagos, whereby you give me $1,000 and I am going to ensure that by next week it's going to be $1 million. Would you give me the 1,000? In Lagos, they won't give you. They will say, the fact that you are in Lagos, I don't trust you. Right? No, inshallah, what I mean is, it's very impressive. You want to know how are you making the million? You know, when I was young, there was a brother who told me something. Not the exact figure, I can't remember the figure, but he said, you give me this amount and I will make it 100 times more for you. I told him, brother, if you really could do that, why do you need my amount? You understand what I'm saying? If you can convert 1,000 to 1,000,000 in 1 week, why do you need my 1,000? Do it with your 1,000. Common sense, but greed makes you give the 1,000. 1,000 people give the 1,000, he'll come to you. Do you remember? I told you I'd give you 1,000,000. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala safeguard us. But in the court of Allah, Allah guarantees you. He says, if you have been used because of your concern for spreading goodness, because of what? Because of your concern for spreading goodness, if you have been used to spread good, we will show you your reward on the day of judgment. It will be multiplied, unlimited. You will be pleasantly surprised. Just because I clicked one time forward, that thing went to 10 million. Sometimes things can go viral. It went to 10 million people. 5 of those people became scholars after they entered Islam. What was the cause? You don't know. Allah knows. On the day of judgment, Allah will call you, say, do you know that night you were on your bed flicking through TikTok? You remember? Yes. Or, I don't remember. You forwarded something or you liked and you clicked. As a result of that, the algorithm hit and it went through so many people. From among those, 5 of them were guided to goodness, or 50 of them were guided to goodness, and 5 of them became scholars. They studied the Quran later. They changed their lives. They taught so many people for 5 generations. Because of that one forward, today we give you Jannatul Firdaus. Can it happen? Wallahi, it can happen. This is my encouragement to tell you the world has changed. You are all given an equal opportunity to do good. All, everyone. No one can say, I don't have a chance. No matter who you are, you have a chance. So much so that even worldly material living and earning, people have greater chances than before. How many people have earned because they use online buying and selling? How many people have made money online, on platforms online? I hope by the will of Allah we are doing what is halal. If not, we can adjust it today by the will of Allah. Because there is no point in having $1 million which has no blessing. I rather have 1,000 which has blessing. May Allah grant us blessings. In fact, I have a better dua. May Allah give us that 1,000,000 with blessings. Ameen. Why should we agree to 1,000? Let's make it 1,000,000. Ameen. So my brothers and sisters, here we are. The world has changed and it will continue to change. But the deen of Allah does not change. Are you a good person? I believe so. You believe so. If you're a good person, improve yourself even more. Calm down. You want to shout, scream, swear, abuse, cut it. Think about it and don't do it. Make people's lives easy and see what Allah does for you. You want to do da'wah? It's not a question of you want to do. You have to do. Have you done it? No. Well, from today you shall do it. How? With every movement of yours, all your interactions, whatever you do. You have a group, for example, on WhatsApp. Now and again you say a good message. But ask yourself, what is the group about? I remember a certain brother told me, I try to do da'wah on my groups, but they always chase me out of the group. I told him, what group is it? He said, it's politics, politics. I said, my brother, you are putting verses of the Quran in a group which says politics, politics. You need to know how to do the da'wah. Maybe you can write an article about politics and include in it one or two things, but if you have entered into a room where the topic of discussion is politics and you want to throw at them certain things which they were not prepared to accept, they will throw you out. You need to know how to get across to these people. Maybe you can develop a good relation with them by contributing positively. They will want to know more. Sometimes on your profile picture, it can be something that might call people towards some goodness. Sometimes the little comment, because people, when they see you interact, what do? Let's go and see the profile of this person. Who are they? Right? When you go to see who are they, you will be surprised as much as they are very successful, but they are beautiful people connected to their faith. What happened? It was a silent form of da'wah. You don't know where and how far that will go. You don't know. Don't underestimate. I am always very positive about spreading good, because I don't know which moment it will be that will be the moment of acceptance from Allah. No matter who you are. And I know I have weaknesses, I have bad habits I need to work on. You all have weaknesses because you are human beings. You all have bad habits that you need to work on, and you will work on, inshallah. All of that, with that, it does not negate the fact that you need to continue to be a vehicle of spreading good. And don't come and tell me in this day and age, I don't have a platform. I can't do it. You do. You have a massive platform. You need to be dedicated. Start somewhere. Start today. Even with your little interactions, Allah will grant it acceptance. And in the interim, people will discourage you. Do you know why? Shaitan is real. What does shaitan do? He comes to you to distract you. So he sucks you into something far away from what you are teaching. May Allah protect us all. Number two, he comes to you to discourage you in the form of negative comments. Ah, look at this person. Who do they think they are? Suddenly they became a big malam. Right? Suddenly they became what? A big malam. So what? Subhanallah. So what? Let them say things. Smile and keep moving. Smile and keep moving. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. You can laugh at me today. No problem. I will continue to go. I will just look at you and wave at you if I need. And I will keep moving. Because you know what? When you stop, you lose. When you keep moving, you get to places you didn't imagine. You can walk from Lagos to Abuja without realizing you walked, because you stop every so often and you are enjoying the people's company and the food and the drink, and before you know it, they say 20 kilometers left for Abuja. Did I walk all this way? Yes, you did. You know how? You were dedicated and you kept going. It took you 3 years or whatever it was, but you did it. That's Allah. Don't give up. Ask those who have achieved a lot, how did you achieve it? Wallahi, in most cases they will tell you dedication, and our small steps, we are still taking them today. Today, we are still taking the same small steps. Then shaitan comes to you in a different way also. He makes you think, oh, I've achieved a lot, mashallah. You know what? I did it. Mashallah, I did it. The minute you think you did it, you slow down. When you slow down, everything starts crumbling. You have to keep going. Have you seen an aircraft fly? It has to keep going. If it stops, what will happen to it? It will come down. It has to keep going. That's when it maintains its height and its altitude, when it keeps going. And it will keep going. The engines are running, no matter what. When you get to your destination, you start descending and you come down to where you have to. We will keep flying. And we will keep the engines running. And we will keep working hard. Small steps. We don't stop. If we stop, we drop. If you stop, you drop. And that's the truth. So don't stop. And then what I said at the beginning, if you feel I am weak, how can I invite others? You can and you must. By inviting them, you will be strengthened. You must. I know of parents who smoke cigarettes. And they tell their children, don't ever smoke. So what's the natural question of the child? He says, but Dad, why are you smoking? Dad says, I'm stuck, but I don't want you to be stuck the way I'm stuck. Am I right? That's the answer they give. Say, look, I did the wrong thing. I'm addicted. I don't want you to be in the same mess that I am. So I'm telling you, don't ever smoke. A true father who truly cares for his children